Okay, let's continue to check the water soluble vitamin. Okay, here. Okay, last week we discussed something about the vitamin C. Then we can move to the vitamin. Okay, now we are talking about the vitamin B. Actually, vitamin B is a big group. The family has many members. The first one, thiamine. Thiamine, that's also called the B1. Then riboflavin or riboflavin, B2. Then niacin or niacin. Either accent is okay. Either accent is okay. B3. No, B4, B5. Pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid. That's B5. How about B6? B6. That's pyridoxine. Pyridoxine. Then B7. I don't remember there is any about B7. B8. No 8. No 9, no 10, no 11, but there is a B12. B12, cobalamin. Co, what does it mean, co? What does it mean, co? Actually, it's not a co, it's called a cobalt. C-O-B-A-L. Cobalt is a metal. It's a metal. Let me show you here. Cobalt. Okay, cobalt is a chemical element. It has a symbol of Co, CO. Cobalt, and cobalt is the main structure of the vitamin B12. And okay, here I want to say something about this. Vitamin B, actually, the requirement for human is very small, very tiny amount. And for example, vitamin B contains cobalt. Make it only vitamin that contains a metal ion. And vitamin B12 is a special part of a coenzyme. It is necessary for fat and protein catabolism, for folate enzyme function, and for hemoglobin, either one is okay. Synthesis. An enzyme required vitamin B12 is needed for folate-dependent enzyme to synthesize DNA. Thus, the deficiency in vitamin B12 has similar consequences to health as the folate deficiency. In children and adults, vitamin B deficiency causes microcyte anemia because the person cannot have enough hemoglobin in the red blood cell. It is a serious anemia, and in baby born in a cobalamin deficient mother, there is an increased risk to neural tube defects. In order for the human body to absorb vitamin B12, the stomach pancreas, and small intestine must be functioning properly. Cell in the stomach secretes a protein called intrinsic factor, and that is necessary for vitamin B absorption, which occurs in small intestine. Impairment of the secretion of the protein, or maybe something wrong with the person, either caused by autoimmune disease or chronic inflammation, because the immune disease, something wrong with that. Maybe the kind of immune will attack human body itself, and all chronic inflammation of stomach, such as occurring in some people with Helicobacter pylori infection. Actually, about the Helicobacter pylori test, I did the exam about on this past the past March. I did a health exam in I-Yuan hospital. I did check this item and I got a negative result. In my stomach, I don't have this kind of bacteria. I don't have this kind of bacteria. Can lead to the disease pernicious anemia, a type of macrocytic anemia. Vitamin B malabsorption is most common in the elderly, and who may have impaired the functioning of the digestive organs, a normal consequence of aging. We don't have solution to this because it's aging. Okay, and now, could you please search for the vitamin B structure from the Wikipedia? This moment, because we are the general education, and I think it's okay. Please search for the structure vitamin B in Wikipedia. Later, please search for the structure of hemoglobin. Then search for the structure of chlorophyll. Again. Vitamin B12. Then please search for. Sure, I type it here, but you can search it individually. Team. Okay, please search those 3 compounds individually in the Wikipedia and tell me, and please compare the structure, similar structure of that. Okay, 2 minutes, please. And later, please copy and paste the results to your digital notes. Later, I will explain the concept of chemical chelation. It's a little bit hard, but I believe the concept of the vitamin B group, you already have the kind of concept. So I want to share some concept you never heard about that. Is it okay? Okay, let me show you that the first one, vitamin B12. When we type the vitamin B12, the structure, the main structure looks like this. Let me enlarge it. Here, actually, next is kind of a chemical principle. Let me tell you that here. Here is the cobalt iron, and there are some, for example, here is the structure of 5-member ring and 6-member ring like this. And here is the cobalt. There are some arrows directing to the cobalt, And here is the main structure of vitamin B12. So you can take a look at this one. Because from the textbook, we know that in the vitamin B family, vitamin B12 is the only member that contains an iron, metal iron in the structure, and the iron is cobalt iron here. Okay, now let's stop here and move to next structure, heme, H-E-M-E in hemoglobin. Okay, and let me explain here. Heme, what does it mean? Heme is a structure like this. The term is from hemoglobin. Hemoglobin or hemoglobin, either one is okay. Hemoglobin is a kind of a protein that exists in red blood cell in our human body and sure in many animals' body. And this kind of, let me show you here. The complicated structure is hemoglobin, and there are 4 subunits. The 4 subunits consist in a big hemoglobin, and one subunit has one heme over there. And now we are focusing on the heme, the structure, very small here, like this, and the structure looks like this, and we know that some anemia is caused by lacking iron, and this kind of group we call it heme. See the structure. There are 4 hydrogens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hydrogen can chelate. Chelate, it means to call something together, to hold it together. And the iron here, the symbol is Fe, ferrous or ferric. Fe, and the iron is in the center of the structure. It can be regulated when the blood is in a situation with no oxygen. It can bind to the oxygen. When the load in a high oxygen, in a high oxygen, it absorbs the oxygen to the somewhere. Our tissue needs oxygen, and it releases the oxygen item, okay, over here. So here is the structure of heme. You can copy and paste here to your notes. Okay, let's move to the third one, chlorophyll. Before I say something about the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a compound, a chemical compound in chloroplast. Chloroplast is an organ like a human organ to a human, is a small organ in a cell, especially for the green leaf tree or green leaf grass, like this. And here is the chloroplast. On the chloroplast, it has a lot of compound that is called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, take a look at this. Here, chloroplasts have a high concentration of chlorophyll pigment, which capture the energy from sunlight and convert it to chemical energy. Okay, let's check it here, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a group, and maybe we have B, we have A, in different group like this. Let's check the structure. See, very beautiful, very beautiful. In a plant cell, there are many chloroplasts. In chloroplast, the pigment is chlorophyll. See, here is the structure of chlorophyll. So please, how to write your notes? Sure, you can write down in your way. But my suggestion is $1 taught us the structure of cobalamin, that's B12. The structure very similar to the other two. The first one is heme, and the second one is chlorophyll. So please copy and paste, but don't forget. Please remember, copy the link as the source you used as the source. Again, please 2 minutes to finish this part. Again, the structure of vitamin B12 look like structure of the heme in hemoglobin and chlorophyll in chloroplast. Okay, 2 minutes, please finish this part. I'm going to copy and paste the structure to our line group. And here is the chlorophyll. Okay, I'm typing some. Those biomolecules have similar structure. The center of the structure is a metal ion, and the ion is restricted in the center of the structure, and this is chelate, or in a noun that is chelation. Sorry, please, could you please use maybe 1 minute to search for this, like this? I just copied to our line group. To our line group, and we know that the ion is restricted or confined in the center of it, and this kind of action or this kind of behavior is called chelate or chelation. Please search for this term. Please search for this term. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, let's check this. Okay, here is a term called chelation. Chelation. I know the meaning, but I cannot explain very well in English, so I use the Wikipedia. Because we just saw 3 pictures about the chelation. The first one, vitamin B12, the second one, heme in hemoglobin, and the third one is chlorophyll in chloroplast. And chelation is a type of bonding of ions and their molecules to metal ions. I know this sentence is maybe you don't have any vocabulary inside, but you can understand the details because it involves the very difficult chemical concept, but you don't need to know the details. Don't worry, don't worry. And it involves the formation or presence of 2 or more separate coordinated bonds between a palatinate and multiple bonded and ligand a single central metal ion. Okay. If you want to know more about the chemical used in food process, please check sequestration like this. A sequestrant is a food additive which improves the quality and stability of food. A sequestrant from chelate complexes with a polyvalent metal ion, especially copper, iron, nickel. This can prevent, again, the importance is here. This can prevent the oxidation of fats in the food. Sequestrants are therefore a type of preservative. Okay. The name comes from the Latin, means to withdraw from us. To withdraw from us. And common sequestrants are calcium chloride, calcium acetate, calcium disodium ethylene diamine tetraacetate. We call it EDTA. EDTA, okay. And glucose delta lactone, sodium gluconate, something like this. Again, this one can increase the stability, but there is a scandal. There is a scandal in Taiwan. Some food additive businessmen, they use the industry label, not the food grade. They use the industry grade, the chelation agent, and sell it as a food additive to some food process. Let me check this. Taiwan food scandal. Industry, EDTA, like this. Recent food scandal to hit food beverage sector. Okay, let me check this type times. That is about 11 years ago. The recent scandals involving these potentially dangerous chemicals, several food products, certain like this. Okay, and these illegal ingredients include the maleic anhydride modified industry starch used in food starch production and food grade preservation. EDTA with two sodium. And actually we know that EDTA can chelate some unstable, for example, the iron ion or copper. Oh, a minute, please. Okay, and we know that, and so industry preservative EDTA with two sodium. So it's a famous okay, let's come back here. Then we can move to B1. Okay, let's talk about the fireman. And here let's turn THI or THIA. What does it mean? THI or THIA, it means sulfur. Sulfur is a very important element in our country. For example, bio denoting replacement of oxygen by sulfur in a compound. Bio, for example, sulfate. We have tons of sulfate in our laboratory. Then and thiamine, it means this kind of contains sulfur. Thiamine is especially important for glucose metabolism. It acts as a cofactor for enzymes that break down glucose for many energy production. Please check the figure 9.7. Enzyme active site for cofactors. Thiamine plays a key role in nerve cells as glucose is catabolized by thiamine is needed for energy source. Additionally, thiamine plays a role in the synthesis of neurotransmitters and therefore required for RNA, DNA, and ADP synthesis. The brain and heart are most affected by deficiency in thiamine. And thiamine deficiency, also known as beriberi, something wrong with the food, can cause symptoms of fatigue, confusion, movement impairment, pain, and low extremities, swelling, and heart failure. It is prevalent in society whose main dietary staple is white rice. We heard about story when I was a college student. The professor says many years ago, maybe 100-200 years ago in Japan, very rich people, they can eat white rice, but not rich people, they eat only brown rice. But brown rice is rich in vitamin B1, the thiamine. They don't have this kind of disease. But the rich people they eat only. Let me finish this part. They eat only white rice. They are lacking enough thiamine. Thus, they got a beriberi. Okay, what's beriberi? Let's check it. Something wrong with the food. Like this. Okay, close to the end. So any question, please let me know, and we can take a break here. So I'll see you next week. Any question? And don't forget your digital notes. I may check your digital notes about week 16 or 17, and I will grade you. You'll take them notes. Okay, see you next time.